What's up, YouTube? Alright, this is my prediction video on the Manny Pacquiao Timothy Bradley fight. It's going to be on June 9th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It will not be at the new arena that Bob Arum is constructing. For some reason, I don't know why. It's a beautiful venue, but they chose to go with the MGM. At any rate, you like that little jab I threw in there. At any rate, you know what I'm saying? I think it's not the fight that we want, that everybody wants to see. And I think we know what fight I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to get through the video without mentioning that guy's name. It's not the fight that everybody wants to see, but it is a fight that that I'm gonna be buying. I'm gonna be ordering. I'm sure you're gonna be ordering it because, you know, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you're interested. So, you know, it's a cool little fight. It's a cool little appetizer to the main event that to the main course that we're hoping to get. You know, we're hoping that by the time we get that main course, it's not cold or it's fucking, you know, somebody spit in it. But you know, this is a cool little appetizer. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we do get that fight. But at any rate, the point is, Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley. Tim's got a lot of things going for him, man. Going into this fight, you know, he's got a lot of positive things going to, you know, that he's got going for him going into this fight. He's young. He's undefeated, and you know, I don't follow Bradley too much. I've only seen a handful of his fights. When they announced the fight, I started watching a couple more to kind of even be able to make this prediction video. But you know, he's also a determined person, man. When I watched that, I was really impressed by him on that special that they did, that portrait of a fighter, man. I haven't heard him speak too much, man, but he seems to be, from what I heard from him the other day, you know what, man, a lot of people say a lot of shit going into fights. And when they're mismatches, even when they're mismatches, fighters will just say, they'll just say some shit, you know, for whatever reason. The things that Bradley says, I believe that he truly fucking believes. I believe that when he says, you know, they're gonna have to take me out on a stretcher, I mean, from the look in his face, you know, he's not saying it with a whole lot of bass in his voice. He's not saying it while he's mean mugging the camera. He just says the shit like it's a fact. Like it's a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? And I think that confidence, you know, is going to be able to play a factor in this fight. He's also a fighter that's not coming off of any losses. You know, obviously he's undefeated. He's not coming off of any losses. You know, and if you look at, I pulled up Manny Pacquiao's record here. You know, and all you got to do is you go from, we're not going to count Marquez. He's coming off of 3 wins, and that one little red dot right there was the one loss to Pacquiao. So that could be fucking green. You know, green meaning that he won. If you go down the list, Shane Mosley obviously coming off a loss to Mayweather, Margarito coming off of a loss to Mosley, Clottey coming off of a loss to Cotto coming off of a loss to Cotto coming off of a loss to Clottey, kinda. You know, I think Clottey won that fight, but at any rate, and Ricky Hatton coming off of a loss to Mayweather, and De La Hoya coming off of a loss to Mayweather. So, you know, it's obviously a trend that we're all aware that Pacquiao doesn't fight guys that are coming off of big wins, with the exception of, you know, I wouldn't say they're big wins, but Marquez was coming off of 2 solid wins, and Katsidis and Juan Diaz, and that's why I didn't mention him. But, you know, as you can see, when you're coming off of some wins, it kind of changes the, you know, it could change the outcome of the fight, or at least that's what you know, his record would indicate. You know, so he's got some things going for him in this fight. Also, he's a young fighter. I don't know if I mentioned that he was young, but he's a young fighter. It's kind of late at night here. Pacquiao, with the exception of Miguel Cotto, who was 29, but Cotto, you know, when he fought Pacquiao, I think Cotto was an old 29. You know, it's about as old as you can be at 29 years old with the amount of wars that he's been in. But with the exception of Cotto, you've got to go all the way back to 2007. 2007. That's Jorge Solis. It's early 2007 too. That's 5 years ago. You've got to go all the way back to 2007 since Pacquiao has fought a fighter that was 29 years or younger. A fighter that was in his 20s. Everybody since then, with the exception of Miguel Cotto, has been 30 and up. You know what I'm saying? So he's the younger guy. He's probably the more confident guy. You know what I'm saying? With what happened, I don't think Pacquiao's, after the fight with Mosley and after the fight with Marquez, I don't think that his confidence is at an all-time high. He's a younger guy. He's the more confident guy, and he's the undefeated guy. So losing, in all reality, losing really isn't an option for him because he hasn't, as a professional, has not tasted defeat, and he doesn't know what it is to lose yet. Um, so he's got that going for him too. He's got a lot of positives going for him. But with that being said, and this is a video prediction. That's why I titled it the prediction that doesn't make any fucking sense. With that being said, I just can't pick him for some reason. I cannot pick him for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that's stopping me from picking Bradley. You know what I'm saying? When I watch him, he does a lot of good things in the ring, and he does a lot of, he can do a lot of different things, man. He can counter punch a little bit with you. He can slug with you. He can work the body. He can go up top. He's got decent speed. He's got good footwork. He cuts the ring off well. He does a lot of fucking things good. But the one constant is that he always gets hit. You know what I'm saying? He gets hit a lot coming in. Even the fight with Casamayor, this is an old, washed up Casamayor. Either he didn't respect his power, or he was just there to be hit. You know what I'm saying? And Dwyer made a comment that Kendall Holt. You could argue that Kendall Holt punches harder than Manny Pacquiao. And while that might be true, I don't think that Kendall Holt punches a lot harder than him. That's not to say that I think Pacquiao is going to knock him out with one punch. That's not to say that I even think Pacquiao is going to drop him. But what I do know is that Pacquiao is going to land. And these fans get crazy. These fans go nuts if Pacquiao lands a jab. Believe me, he's going to hit Timothy Bradley hard. He's going to hit him off, and I don't see anybody getting knocked out in this fight. I just see it going the distance, and I see it being a close, competitive, tough fight, which is what we got in November. It was a close, competitive, tough fight, and it didn't go the way that most fans thought it should have went. And if they weren't going to give the win to Marquez, I don't think they're going to give the win to Bradley. I think that's the main thing in me not being able to pick Bradley. I don't think Bradley's going to be able to knock Pacquiao out. And he would have to really land some really big shots and really school Pacquiao in order to walk away with this win. I had the Marquez fight 9-3, 9 rounds to 3 for Marquez, and maybe 8-4 sometimes for Marquez. I've watched it like fucking 10 times. What's Pacquiao gonna do? 10-2? I don't know. I don't think so. I can't pick him, I don't know what the fuck it is, man. Pacquiao can't fight backing up, and I know Bradley's gonna back his ass up, and it's gonna be a fucking tough fight for Pacquiao. I just can't pick his ass, man. I don't know what the fuck it is. I want to be wrong. You have no idea how badly I want to be. Come June 10th, if Bradley wins, I want to be able to be one of the guys on YouTube saying fucking making an "I told you so" video. I'd love to do that. And this is probably my only opportunity if he don't fight Floyd. But I just can't. I just can't. That's my prediction, man. Manny Pacquiao decision. Manny Pacquiao decision, maybe split decision, majority decision. Manny Pacquiao's probably going to get the nod. He's going to get the decision. I think Bradley's going to make a good account of himself. He's going to put himself at the top of the heat at 147, with the exception of Floyd. I think that we should get you never know with Top Rank, but we might be able to get a Khan and Bradley fight. I don't know. That's pretty much it, man. I'm picking Manny Pacquiao, I fucking don't want to, but I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. That's what I'm going with. Alright, I'm out.